Thank you very much for coming as a team to SSPDF General Headquarters at Wilcom. I would like to take this opportunity to give background information on exactly what had happened yesterday in the evening. I will take you back to about a week ago. About a week or 2 weeks ago, the former spy chief was officially notified on the restriction of his movements. Last week, some senior officers from the organized forces received a message from higher authority ordering for his movement to be restricted to his compound, that he was no longer authorized to move beyond his residence. He was basically told and ordered to remain within his compound. And after that order was delivered, the presence of security forces within and outside of his residence was beefed up. There was a platoon that was deployed outside of his residence to provide extra security. The initial security that he had when he was still in service, and when he was briefly appointed as the governor of Warab state, was downsized to a smaller protection, closer protection unit, and that close protection force was ordered to be providing security and remain within the compound. So there were two security forces, one outside of the compound and the other one on the compound. We honestly do not know what had happened, and that's why we have been saying there was a very serious misunderstanding between the two forces that are playing different roles. Okay. What happened, we do not know, is that they had a very sharp disagreement, and as a result, they ended up exchanging fires. That was the result of, that was exactly what was responsible for yesterday's clashes. When the clashes erupted, of course, more security forces were sent in to contain further escalation, and the Chief of Defense Forces immediately went to the scene of fighting and ordered for immediate cessation of all forms of hostilities. And that was exactly what had happened. There was no deliberate plans or orders that were put in place for our own forces to fight among themselves. So they were deployed by us and they were given different roles. But the good thing, after the intervention of the Chief of Defense Forces, the situation was controlled. No further shootings were reported at the area up to today. As we do the interview, as we are doing the interview now, we have not received any new reports of renewed clashes or shots being fired at the residence of the former spy chief.
So is it there any
conflicting reports, and that's why I'm still waiting now for the Chief of Defense Forces to come and give an accurate update on the exact number of people that might have been killed or injured. One report is saying, the initial report was saying we had 2 servicemen that sustained gunshot wounds. Other reports are talking about between 4 and 2 that might have lost their lives. But we are still putting all the information together. We are coordinating with the Defense Health Services to tell us exactly whether they have received any injured or the killed from the sites that were involved in the conflict. We are waiting maybe for relatives or the civilians that were caught up in the shooting, if there were civilians that had sustained some gunshot wounds. So generally speaking, as we speak, the situation has been brought under control, but we are waiting for more information. And I'm on the standby. As soon as I get more information than this, I will call for an emergency media briefing.
some people say?
Now, how does someone who has been placed, whose freedom of movement has been restricted, would be in a position to stage a coup? If the rumor came out and started circulating on social media when he was still the spy chief, or when he was appointed as the governor of Arab State for that short duration, then that rumor would hold water. Basically, he had been confined to his residence for about a week or two. Where on earth would someone whose force had been reduced, someone who is no longer holding any political position or any security position, confined by the security forces, would make the state put it up. These are rumor mongers that took to social media and started manufacturing and spreading all negative forms of
The issue of after this.
No, that was the promise that was made by the Chief of Defense Force yesterday after the intervention that the committee would be formed. From morning, I was at his residence, and up to now I've not yet met him because the first thing that was convened in the morning was a meeting of the heads of security units at the residence of His Excellency the President. So I'm still waiting for update on all aspects, on all the areas, to explain to me so that I in turn explain to the people of South Sudan exactly what had happened. But the most important thing is that it was contained within his residence. It did not spread. We received limited reports of random shooting in some parts of Tongpin. Those were people that were trying to just shoot randomly because they had gunfire at the residence of the former chief.
Yeah. What is your?
My message on behalf of the command of the SSPDF is that it was not planned shooting. It was not a planned attack. There was no order for us to maybe fight or to attack him, or we have no clear information that his forces then were assigned to protect him with the first open fire. So we have no information like that, and we therefore say it was a misunderstanding between our own security forces that were assigned to the residence of the former spy chief. The problem was immediately brought under control, the firing and the fighting. Up to today, there's no problem. The entire leadership, the presidency, the leadership of the SSPDF and the other organized forces are putting in place more measures to ensure that it does not repeat itself again. So let our people be assured that the leadership of this country is on top of it. The security is being guaranteed here and countrywide. So they should not worry. They should be waiting for official statements from me and other spokespersons for the government.
Yeah. Thank you.
The last question.
No, at this stage, I have no information. At this stage, I have no information. And that's why let me hold on. I do not want to talk things that are not facts, that are not written. I don't want the special position of the army and the presidency. The structures, the measures they had agreed upon to be taken and to be enforced. So once we get all these steps, because I do not want to mislead the people and I do not want to misinform them, I would like them to give the correct statements that when you go on your own as a private citizen of this country, you will be able to check and verify and confirm that indeed what I told you is nothing but the truth.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.